This presentation is on a performance audit by the Queensland Audit Office on agricultural science, research development and extension projects and programs. Agriculture is vital to Australian and Queensland economies. For example, the gross value of production in Queensland was $15 billion in 2014-15. The agriculture sector employs about 300,000 workers in more than 30,000 Queensland businesses. The agricultural sector relies on research, development and extension, or RD&E, to drive growth through innovation and productivity improvements. A national framework for RD&E coordinates investment across Australia. It is designed to avoid duplication by the various state and national research bodies and universities. In 2014-15, the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries, through Agri-Science Queensland, spent approximately $65 million on around 500 RD&E projects. We focused on how well ASQ invests in and manages agricultural science RD&E projects and programs to determine how effectively those projects support economic growth and contribute to a productive and prosperous agricultural sector. We examined whether a strategic framework aligns RD&E investment to state and national priorities, and whether ASQ manages its RD&E projects well to achieve their objectives and deliver the intended benefits. The Department of Agriculture and Fisheries was the only agency in scope, and we only looked at RD&E projects managed by ASQ's 3 science branches, which are animal science, horticulture and forestry science, and crop and food science. ASQ makes a positive contribution to Australia's agricultural sector through leading and participating in the development of national industry RD&E strategies and through delivering RD&E projects aligned to those strategies. However, the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries cannot be sure that ASQ is investing in an optimal mix of RD&E to achieve benefits for Queensland. This is for a number of reasons, including because the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries has not yet documented specific RD&E priorities for Queensland, and because ASQ no longer evaluates the outcomes achieved by and the impact of its RD&E projects, and it does not have the project data it needs to monitor and report on those projects. Overall, we cannot be confident that Queensland's investment in RD&E will optimise the productivity and international competitiveness of Queensland's agricultural businesses. The Department of Agriculture and Fisheries does not have a sufficiently detailed RD&E plan or a formal assessment process to assess all new projects. Without these, the Department relies on ASQ's senior officers to make investment decisions to achieve the Department's strategic objectives, so there is limited transparency in those decisions. We recommend that the Department improve its RD&E plan so that it is sufficiently detailed to enable ASQ to make consistent and transparent investment decisions, including identifying outcomes for the next 10 years and how they align to other state, national and industry priorities, defining the Department's investment criteria or principles, identifying the skills and capability required, providing guidance on how the Department will prioritise when resource constrained, and outlining how the Department will measure, monitor and report on progress towards achieving its strategic objectives. Because ASQ does not routinely evaluate its RD&E program or groups of projects, it does not have information to assess whether it achieves the Department's objectives efficiently, effectively and economically, and to inform future investment decisions. ASQ has not reviewed its entire project portfolio since 2012, and there is limited reallocation of resources across the 3 science branches. We recommend that the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries review the ASQ portfolio of RD&E projects at appropriate intervals to ensure that the projects still align to the Department's strategic priorities and that the projects will achieve or contribute to the Department's strategic objectives. We also recommend that the Department schedule evaluations of significant RD&E projects and/or programs to ensure the portfolio of projects is achieving strategic objectives, having an impact and ultimately benefiting industry and the community. ASQ is generally delivering individual project outputs within scheduled time, cost and quality, and in line with industry RD&E objectives. This is evidenced by external parties continuing their funding support. ASQ has a draft project management manual, but it has not formally approved it. Project leaders have varying levels of project management skills, and most we spoke to said they would benefit from training. We recommend that the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries finalise and implement ASQ's project management guidelines and train relevant staff as required. ASQ uses a range of different and discrete information systems to record data about RD&E projects, and those systems do not talk to each other. ASQ monitors individual projects, but the separate systems the branches use do not support efficient aggregation to monitor at the program and portfolio level. We recommend that the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries implement a robust project management system that assists staff to manage RD&E projects and enables ASQ to manage and monitor the portfolio of projects. This would include scalable project planning based on the nature, size, cost and risks associated with the project, a monitoring and reporting framework to track project delivery against the plan, and consistent, accurate and comprehensive capture of project data for portfolio monitoring, reporting and evaluation. The Department has accepted all 5 recommendations and is working toward implementing them by mid-2016. We trust that this presentation has been useful. The full report can be found on the Queensland Audit Office's website. Thank you.